Recommended uses for product streaming. Brand is the Phenyx X Pro. Connectivity technology is XLR. Connector type XLR. Special feature: volume control compatible devices, headphones, amplifier, speaker, VHS wireless receiver with XLR, and a 1/4 inch outputs for long range, one handheld microphone, one headset mic, one lapel mic, one Bodypack 1/4 inch audio cable, AC DC power adapter, polar pattern unidirectional. Audio sensitivity is 110 decibels. Item weighs approximately 1.13 kilograms. Let's do the unboxing, shall we? Just needed to get that off my chest. So this is another item that was sent to me to do a review on, and we are going to test it in a number of different ways, as always. Looking forward to this, because this might be quite nice actually, and I know a few people might actually want this, especially if you're doing things like podcasting and stuff like that. This would be perfect, wouldn't it? Just try, oh, there you go, found it. It's got a little handle, by the way, although it was shrink wrapped, so you can't actually use the handle while it's shrink wrapped, but you can now. Yeah. Right, let's get her out. See exactly what you get for your pennies. I don't even know how much this costs. Instructions. A sticker. Won't be using that. Sorry, I won't be. Oh, that's quite plasticky, isn't it? That's plastic. Some dials, a volume A, volume B, on-off button, display. It's very plasticky. Aerials, we have XLR connection on the back. Mixer out, DC voltage. Okay, doesn't matter if it's plastic, does it? As long as it works. All comes with batteries. Very good. 2 sets of AA's. That'll be for your headset, if you need to use a headset with, oh, isn't that tiny? Got a tiny connection. I will get it out in a bit. That's your Lapel microphone. Your little one. That's quite big actually. I'll get that out in a sec as well. This would be a wireless connection. Oh, it does up to 150 yards, I think it says somewhere. Where is it? 150 foot, distortion free, and 16 hours long hour operation. I knew I read it somewhere. Wireless. Don't know. Mains. Jack plug connection. So what's that? That's a 6mm. Is it 6mm? 6mm. And I think that's a 3.5. Nice bit of cabling though. And this would be your handheld microphone, which is probably the one I'd probably like to use. Yeah. Like to be a bit of a DJ, yeah, baby. We have off, mute. So off, on, mute, and battery, indicating that you've got battery and it's got life in it. And I would imagine that will go in there somewhere. Oh, maybe not. Quite nice. Again, it's plastic. The top's metal, but the base is plastic. Oh, there you go, look. Your batteries will go in there, won't they? Yeah, 2 AA's. Yeah. Easy peasy lemon squeezy so far. And it comes with all the connections. Now you can plug this into something else. Say for instance, you've got a speaker system. You could probably plug that into that. We will experiment and see the best way for this to work. Give me a second and I'll undo the rest of the packaging so we can quickly go through it, and then we're going to give it a test. And I'm going to be using this, hopefully, if it all works well. Well, actually, I'm going to be using this, then swapping over to this, and then swapping over to this. Maybe not in that order, but I'm going to have a go at all 3 of them, alright? So the way this works is, you can use an XLR connection for output here, or you can use this with this equipment by plugging one of these into this here, like so, and that won't come out, which is a good thing actually. You need to press that button to remove it. So you can plug that in, or this of course, yeah. Again, they won't come out. Like I said, that's a good thing. Or your microphone. Oops, can't get it out now. Your microphone is wireless, so you don't need to actually plug it in. Okay, but it should connect to that. So on the actual transmitter, we have let's have a look. On, mute, off, and indicator there, little aerial, and obviously your mini XLR connection. Belt clip, which is quite nice, and I would imagine you've got to put batteries in here somewhere. If I can get it open. Down there. Yes, in there. Oh, it's a little claw. Yeah, yeah, very nice. Again, plasticky, but as long as it does quality of audio, that's what you're interested in. If you're buying something like this, you want quality of audio. And also, we have an adapter as well. So that's a 6mm, and I didn't realise at the time, but I think that's a 3.5 and 6mm. So you've got a choice of two. And that will go into there. Mic out. Not that one, of course. The big one. Yeah? Now, I do need to read the instructions just to get an idea of how it actually works. And then I'll try and explain it to you, how it works. And I will be using their microphones, not the one I'm using right now. So hopefully the quality of audio, because this is what it's all about, is very good. We will also do a distance test as well. So about 150 feet. Yeah, I think that's about the length of my garden. So we'll be able to do a test with the actual unit up here and me talking right down there and see whether or not there is any distortion. The other thing you might find that in a, say, hallway, you might get distortion. I can't actually test it in a hallway, but I can actually test it in here because it does echo quite a bit in here. So, give me a second. So I am using this microphone, and also I'm using this microphone. So this one is working now, and this one is working now. And you have a mute button. So if you bring it back one, so that is muted. And so you can't hear nothing, yeah? Put it back on. Now, the way this works is, you can have two devices plugged in at any one time. Either this and this, or this and this, the headset, yeah? But you can't have the headset and the lavalier plugged in at the same time because they share the same connection on air. Hopefully you can hear me nice and clearly. I've been playing about with it a little bit, and I've used a XLR connection. So I have a male connection and a female connection, and that is plugged into my solid state logic. Let's turn this off for a second, or mute it. I've muted that. Oh, I turned it off. So I'm now using this one. Hopefully it's just as good quality. I did have a listen to it earlier, and I thought that sounds really good actually. And the other thing I did notice, once you put the batteries inside this, it has a better feel. Doesn't feel so much plastic, although it is plastic. It feels, or it's got a bit more body to it. It's a bit heavier, if that makes sense. What do you think? Now let me just show you how it's set up. So the one on the left, this is your volume adjustment or your gain. So the one on the left, which is A, is for the wireless. Yeah, this, the transmitter or receiver. No, transmitter. This is the receiver. So this comes through on this side, and this comes through on the other side. And again, you can adjust your gain. Now, one thing you can't do, and that is adjust the channels. So whatever channels these are on, they're fixed. You can't change them. Just thought I'd best point that out to you. So we have the on-off button. We have channel 1 and channel 2. And also it's showing you how much gain you've got coming through. And I'm looking on my computer, and yeah, it seems to be fine. Like I said, I'm using this. So what I'm going to do now is going to keep it running. We'll quickly turn this off for a second. I did find this one a little bit more bassy than the other two, and also it comes out louder as well, so I had to turn the gain down, or as they call it, the volume. So I found you need to adjust it depending on which one you're using. Personally, I prefer this one or this one, so I'm going to go back to these. Yeah, let me know in the comments what you think. Give me a second. Right, I'm using this one now. Does it sound better? I think it does. Well, like I said, this one or the lavalier one, they both sound about the same, but the other one seems very bassy. And they're all easy to use, and I'm going to quickly show you around this again. So one of the things you need to know is, according to the instructions, and there's not a lot of information on the instructions, it's very basic, very easy to follow. You need the aerials at a 60-degree angle from each other. Sorry, shouldn't move the mic away from your mouth, should I? Let's go and do the distance. What I'm going to do, like I said, I'm going to walk down the garden, I'm going to use this one, and then I'm going to come back and use this one. Alright? So give me a second, I'll get my shoes on. Oh, and I think it's raining. Not a lot, but it is raining. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 20. 1, 2, 20. Testing, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's it, perfect. Right, same thing. Walk down the bottom of the garden, talking to myself. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. Distance ways, I found it roughly about the same whether you're using this or whether you're using the transmitter. They roughly come up about the same distance. You can go a little bit further with this, but not much further. And also, when I did get to the end of my garden or down by the shed, and I started facing the actual direction of the actual unit itself, it picked up the audio again. But that was stretching it a bit, you shouldn't be walking that far, but it just goes to show in the right environment it can. And also, because I'm not mic trained, I tend to wander. Either I move my head like that instead of keeping it like that in front of the mic, because that's what you need to do. You need to keep it at a certain distance, say for instance like that, and don't keep varying it like I was doing. I'm talking like this, like that, and moving this about, and you shouldn't be doing that. That's why I prefer these, because they pick it up better, and they don't need to be in your hand. They're in a fixed position, and providing I don't put my head down, which makes it louder, the audio level is pretty stable, which is what I like. So I do like this, don't get me wrong, and I think they're very good, especially if you want to do singing, because most people will sing holding a mic in their hand, because that's what you do, don't you? And also, you probably noticed, I haven't done no editing on the audio except for the levels. You probably noticed there's a lot of background noise or a lot of hiss. You probably noticed that. Now I can take that out, but I wanted to leave it in just so you got an idea of what you might get in the background, but that will depend on so many other factors. Like in this room I have about 5 PCs, and 3 of them are running right now. Also have a sound deck that I mentioned earlier, so that will pick up some of the background noise as well. And I don't know if this has a filter inside it or the actual device itself. I'm not sure what the chipset is neither, but it works, does everything you want it to do. If you're thinking about maybe becoming a DJ or a singer, or you just want to do a conference, you're in a big hall and you want to talk to people, this could be the baby for you, because it's not expensive. It's actually very cheap. It's very easy to set up as well, but you will need some other equipment to go with it. This is just the basics. You will need an amplifier or something like that. It's not been designed to be used on, say for instance, a PC. It's not been designed to be used on, say, like your phone, whether it be an iPhone or an Android phone. This is designed for someone who wants to use a karaoke machine, something like that, but doesn't want to be tied down to a cable, or maybe a sound system that you've got in your home or in a studio, something like that. This is what this is designed for, and it's very affordable. Yeah, it's very cheap, and it works. Whether it's made of plastic, it doesn't really matter, as long as it works and it does what it's supposed to do, and it does. So with that, as always, I'll stick a link in the video description in case you want to go and check it out. They might be affiliated links, but it doesn't cost you any money whatsoever. It just gives me a little bit of a kickback, and I mean little. So if you decide you want to buy one, or you want to go and check it out, please use the affiliated links, if there's any in there, and use them, because it helps me out and it helps this channel. And also, if you wish to help the channel out, consider subscribing to this channel and clicking on the bell to get notified for when I upload my videos. And if you like this video or any of my other videos, give me the thumbs up. So with that, thank you very much for watching.